Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. I'm a big fan of the Dishonored games. I was very excited to see another little side story come out. I thought the last one of these they did, the Knife of Dunwall campaign from the first game, was really excellent, so I'm very excited about this. We're going to be playing on very hard today, because I am one of these highly skilled players, at least I'd like to think so. Okay, and I guess that's it, we're going right into it. I assume there will be an opening cinematic here that explains things, so let's just let the game speak for itself.
My name is Billie Lurk, though there aren't many people who remember. For years, I stayed hidden, captain of a ship called the Dreadful Whale. I was a smuggler, fence, and maybe traitor, depending on who you ask. Our names are always overshadowed by the words whispered after them. If you hide from the world long enough, eventually nobody remembers you. Then you're alone, living with your choices. But I could never forget the man who pulled me up from nothing. Daud, the Knife of Dunwall. A name called out by the desperate or the dying. The assassin who ended one empress and saved another. Shame burns inside you for a long time. When I betrayed Daud, he let me live. I left Dunwall and my own name behind. For years, I wondered if I was worth forgiving. For years, I laughed at myself for even wanting a killer's forgiveness. Sometimes mercy cuts deeper than any knife. Now I know that forgiving is something you do for yourself as much as for the people who hurt you. I know Daud is in Karnaca, and I'm going to find him. Every night for weeks, the same terrifying dream. A street fight, my arm dead and lying in the gutter, my eye gouged out by a Grand Guard sword. But when I wake up, they still hurt for hours. Gives me the creeps. This always brought me a little comfort. You stole this for me, didn't you, Deirdre? Now it's all I have left of you. Another relic from the old days. Still holds an edge, at least. That boxing club in the Albarca Baths is my last lead. Daud has to be there.
That's a little presumptuous. So, for a little bit more clarity, that character Daud is basically like, what's his name? Fagin from Oliver Twist, except magic. And he took in a bunch of orphans from all over the city and turned them into thieves and killers, and then he was able to, because he had magic, he was able to bestow some of his magic into them. So they all ran around with superpowers, doing basically whatever they wanted. And then when Daud perhaps overstepped his bounds a little bit, it took a job that was maybe a little too big for him, he ended up having to leave the city, and when he left, he took his power with him. And so there's sort of just like this group of people who had grown up with this guy as their father figure and also superpowers, sort of just left holding the bag and not having any idea what to do with themselves. So at any time we can review our list of contracts from our journal. We can activate markers on targets. Some additional hints are if you succeed in a contract, you'll be rewarded with some coin and sometimes a bone charm. Okay. So Billy, once upon a time, could teleport and all kinds of crazy stuff. Not so much anymore, as far as I'm aware.
Is this what you would have looked like, my sweet Deirdre? I would have died soon after you, if it hadn't been for Daud.
Boy, I don't really remember Deirdre. I think she's from Knife of Dunwall, but it's been a long time since I played that. Let's have a look at stuff. We're definitely going to be spending a lot of time looking at things and reading them, so hopefully that concept doesn't completely turn you off the gameplay. Renowned natural philosopher and painter Anton Sokolov returned to Tivia this week after years of retirement in Karnaca. Sokolov, whose inventions and technological marvels are famed throughout the Isles, was greeted with the fanfare and panoply due a national hero. A parade in his honor culminated in a festival on Mastrov's Square in Dubovka, where Sokolov gave a brief speech announcing the establishment of his studio. When asked about his future plans, the inventor responded, "I've already done enough for several lifetimes." The inventor was overwhelmed by the infernal noise of the parade and left the celebration early. He gave no indication whether or not his studio will accept apprentices. So, This must be... This takes place after
Good to see the old
Dishonored
man
2,
made it
then,
up
I guess.
north. I was lucky to know him. I wonder what poor soul is dealing with him now.
I guess I should mention, I don't know anything about the game. I have intentionally kept myself blind on this, as I often do, so that I can experience all the stuff cold. And that means that probably some of you watching this know quite a bit more about it than I do. Empress Emily Kaldwin moves to heal fractured empire. Renovation projects in the Tower District are finally underway as the last funeral rites were performed for High Overseer Yul Kulan and the Brothers of the Faith who died in an attempt to retake Dunwall Tower from the now deposed usurper Delilah Copperspoon. So yeah, that's the plot of Dishonored 2, so we are definitely after. The Abbey of the Everyman has spent the last several months consecrating and interring the remains of the fallen, while also removing dangerous and heretical objects from the Imperial Palace. With representatives from the Isles beside her, Empress Emily Kaldwin issued a statement yesterday morning urging unity in the wake of this great tragedy. The Empire's strength is in its diversity of thought and action. Working together, there is nothing we can't accomplish. We are pleased to reassert our partnership with the sovereign nations of Morley, Serkonos, and Tivia for our mutual peace and prosperity. Following these proceedings, several imperial proclamations were issued, with the aim to restore trading networks and communication across the Isles. Several large-scale public works have been announced, with architectural firms in Serkonos and Morley already competing for the commissions.
So,
Okay.
Her Imperial Highness is back on the throne. If she knew what
Stuff-
I was doing now,
Stuff
she'd
was
probably
pretty
be
messed
trying
up.
me for treason.
It's good that it's getting put back together. Alright, so here's our contracts. Burn the White Hound. An eyeless hag stole my poor Milky. He's white as whalebone, but riddled with disease. It breaks my old heart to ask this of you, but if you find my Milky, please put him out of his misery and burn his remains. Save him from those cursed eyeless, and save Karnaca from another plague. I don't know what the eyeless are. That's not a thing. If you're in the dark on this one, that we're both there. And who gave this mission to me? I don't know. Apparently, that's just information I don't have. You know, people just put them in the suggestion box, and those thugs at the Albarca make potions and bone charms upstairs. Their liquor is vile, but it sells for good coin, and we're losing punters to them by the day. Bring us the rat liquor recipe before our brewery goes out of business, and make sure to destroy their stock while you're at it. It's made of rats, huh? Oh yeah, I guess there's rats straight in the bottle. Boy, you should not drink that.
Spying, picking pockets. Daud taught me more than just killing. It can keep me afloat. For now.
Yeah, you know, listen, it's a tough economy out there. You got to do what you can. Whatever people will pay for. Oh, I'm seeing scraps of paper on the floor, and I'm like, well, I better pick that up for later, because I've been playing Prey too much. It was the Grand Guard. I know it this time. A fight I couldn't handle. A misstep. A mistake. An eye cut open and a sword arm lying in the street. Me, not even half myself, staggering through Karnaca, trying to tie off a tourniquet with my teeth. Pulling with all my strength as I feel each heartbeat shudder a little slower, a little weaker. When I woke up, my right arm was numb right up to the elbow, and my right eye stung as bad as the time Anton tried to cook hot peppers on the griddle in the galley. It's like my mind's playing tricks on me. Takes a while every morning to know what's real. So wait, do I have my arm or not? Because this is a little bit of a spoiler for Dishonored 2, but when you meet Billie, she's going by the name Megan Foster there. When you meet Billie/Megan, she is missing her arm and she is missing an eye. But there's a thing you can do partway through the game where you sort of change the time stream. You go back in time and change an event that can result in her never losing her arm and eye. So which version of the timeline are we in? It sounds to me like she's saying she does have her arm and her eye. But on the menu, you can see she doesn't. She has some kind of crazy robot fake eye. I don't know what's going on.
I've been searching for months. I know you're here, Daud. Somewhere.
Why did she need to leave who is this for? Because she would already know that that's what the baths are. Just leaving notes in case anybody happens on my ship. I'd hate for them not to know exactly what I'm doing.
That club is run by a gang that call themselves the Eyeless. They claim to fight using black magic. If that's true, then Daud might be involved.
It's true. Daud does know a thing about magic. 2 raids by the Grand Guard occurred last night, resulting in few arrests as investigations continue into the activities of the gang known as the Eyeless. Both raids were conducted on derelict warehouses in the Campo Seta dockyards. Several shipments of whalebone were found at both scenes, along with many carved talismans familiar on sailing ships. These trinkets, marked with strange insignias, were collected along with various unidentified powders, noxious plants, and vials of unknown liquid. Though these items add credence to rumors of black magic being practiced by the Eyeless, the Grand Guard has not called for Overseer support. Roving Vice Overseer Cardoza of the Abbey of the Everyman, when reached for comment, stressed the spiritual dangers of carved bone charms, and, if found, to bring them directly to your nearest Overseer outpost for inspection and disposal. He gave no further remarks on the Grand Guard's ongoing investigation. So yeah, those guys are basically inquisitors. Most magic seems to have something to do with whale bones and whale oils, and basically whales are magic, and we steal all the magic from them, and that's how we get it, I think.
Daud's had the mark of the outsider in his hand for as long as I've known him. I've gone through every gang-infested slum asking after this, and no one would tell me a thing.
Megan, you must be pretty desperate if you're writing me about this. Yeah, I saw him. He set up a meeting to buy some of those funny explosives that fell off the back of a carriage a few months ago. I waited for him, but he never showed up. Sorry I can't be any more help. I haven't seen or heard from him since. Put me in a real bind. Also, hey, you were kind not to mention it, but I didn't forget I still owe you that case of fig wine after what happened last time. So, funny explosives, that's curious.
Karnaca is full of secrets. If I have any clues about where Daud is, it's because he let me find them.
Listen, we're going to get to some high-tech, semi-magical murdering lots of people in a minute here. There's a little bit more reading to do first, though. Went to see old Madge again, traded some old whalebone and a bit of hair for information. She's making charms for the Eyeless now. Good clients, pay regular. Left before Madge tried to pick my pocket. Some witches from the Royal Conservatory joined the Eyeless, powerless now. None from the Brigmore days who would remember me, at least. No reason to think they'll look twice if I go in like anyone else. So, a lot of the way that magic works is that, basically, there's a figure, an otherworldly figure called the Outsider, and he lives in some kind of inky, abstract void outside of space and time, and every once in a while he reaches into our world and grants somebody power for reasons that nobody's totally sure of. And once somebody has such power, they can grant it to others. They can grant some portion of it to others. So that's how Daud worked with his gang, the Whalers, and that's how these witches that she's talking about got their power from a more powerful person named Delilah, who was directly marked by the Outsider, I think. Or wait. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the basic idea. I think I lost my pocket knife. Madge? Curse that old woman. Can't know if Daud's at the El Barca Baths until I go check it out for myself. Well, I mean, probably not. My guess is probably not. She doesn't have the gift of narrative that we have, but this early in the game, I can't imagine.
Everyone in Dunwall was afraid of him then, but not me.
Dearest Megan, what an interesting message. Who's this then? An old lover? Forgive me, but he doesn't really seem your type. But if you must, I heard a rumor a few months ago from some gentlemen that a man looking like that had been spied with those bizarre eyeless. I filed that piece of gossip away just in case it was important. Lucky you. When are you coming back here? Make it soon. We miss you. We have some of that tobacco you like stored away just in case you visit. I don't know who this is. That's interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense. We didn't have a lot of insight into Megan's life, really. Billy, or Megan, or whatever you go by these days. I don't know anymore. It was easy to pretend we didn't know each other when you were Megan. We agreed to respect both our new lives and not dredge up bad memories. So what are you doing? Yeah, I saw him 2 years ago here in Karnaca. He even asked after you. I said I hadn't seen you since that night in the flooded district. I'm sure you know why I lied. He never stopped killing, you know. He's got the same old grudges. I just hope you're not one of them. Alright, well, I appreciate the fact that they actually laid out her investigation for us, because that would have bugged me, not knowing why we were doing the things we were doing. Alright, let's have a quick look around the Oh, hey, look, it's our buddy, shoot, I can't remember his name. It's the guy from Dishonored 2. We're friends. I got mad when some stuff happened to him, and that's how I lost the arm and the eye, basically. Alright, well, nothing here to steal from my own boat. Your Imperial Highness, thank you for the gift. While your generosity is... Yes, we attempted to write a letter to the Empress after basically being largely responsible for saving her life. Yeah, and then give up. Give up, let's make a shopping list. Yeah, that looks like Dishonored. So there's a carriage waiting for us somewhere. Let's have a quick look around the boat, though. Alright, let's see here. I got a sword. Ooh. I have like a wrist crossbow thing. That's cool. We can block and run and slide and crouch and parry. All the same stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's Dishonored. Fair enough. Wait a second. Is sprint a toggle? That's not okay. Hold on. Maybe I'm just old and set in my ways here, but, It says hold. That's weird. Maybe it breaks if you slide while sprinting. Because after I got up from the slide, I was in full sprint mode. Alright, let's just run around the front of the ship, make absolutely sure that there's nothing for us to pick up or loot. Because I would hate to miss loot. Man. Karnaca is awfully pretty, I'll say that.
This station hasn't been used for years. Hiding the dreadful whale wasn't easy, but it's safe so far.
Alright, we're only 15 minutes into the video. Seems like a fine time to start playing the game. Do I have... Okay, I do have a spyglass. So you can see there, whaling ships. Whales are a huge, huge part of the economy in this game. Ooh, what is this now? Okay, I have like electro bolts, probably stun darts for my wrist crossbow.
What can you tell me?
Oh. Press F to hear the thoughts of the rats. These little creatures whisper to one another, exchanging information about what is going on in the streets and basements from their point of view. Their mutterings are often cryptic, but sometimes they can give you useful clues.
Me today, my little gutter friends.
So, hold on. I need to get out my... Hold on a second. Where's my inventory? Because I assume I need to have the... What is that button doing? Huh. There's a button on my keyboard that just kind of makes me stand up an inch taller. It's so weird. Yeah, I need to assign... Here we go. Let's... Real quick, it looks like I'm missing some controls. It's been a little while since I played the base game. Next shortcut item. Okay, quick access wheels on mouse 3. Of course it is, that makes sense. Because it looked like she... Huh, it looked like she had the heart out when she did that. That little magic talisman. Did I leave it on the ship or something? Fantastic, SB. It's been about a minute and a half of actual gameplay and you're already screwing things up. Right, because we saw the little, Here it is. Here's what I was looking for. We saw that little talisman at the end of the intro cinematic, but it does not seem like I can pull it out. Yeah, right, she's holding this. Well, I definitely pressed F while looking at the rats and nothing happened. Let's try again, I suppose. By the way, this Rat Whispers thing is new, in case you hadn't played any other games. You definitely could not listen to the thoughts of rats before. Rats have always been pretty important to the series for various reasons, but... Hey guys, how you doing? Do I have to get, like, real close? Yes, I do. I just have to get really close. That is fairly cryptic. Let's, can we...
Tossed grains and crumbs. Loud voices came, metal flashed. More blood and floods on the floor. Our first feast. Lather up.
Huh. Okay, listen. I like rats and everything, but you guys are seriously creepifying me, so I'm just gonna move right on. Just file that information away for later. Alright, well, let's not be too hasty here. First of all, the environments in these games are always really nice, and secondly, you know, stuff. Free stuff. It is a video game. Alright, I guess... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything around here. So the game is called Death of the Outsider, and while obviously the death of the outsider is not our primary goal right now, I have to say, I don't know if there's any character in any fictional setting that I have ever been familiar with that has deserved a death quite the way the outsider does. I'm good on Megan Foster for taking it upon herself. Sorry, Billie Lurk. I guess we're using her real name now.
The old Albarca Baths shouldn't be far.
I mean, real name for what it's worth. I'm sure Billie Lurk is not exactly what it says on her birth certificate. Yeah, I'll just try to hack down the bricks with my sword, shall I? That'll work. Does that sound water running down, or... There's definitely some rats somewhere nearby. Yep, I know how stealth works. We crouch, we're less visible, we can get in shadows, we have some leaning. You know, it's an action game. It has all the action game stuff. Now, like a lot of sort of modern exploration and loot games, you have the option of going non-lethal, and there are some significant changes based on your level of lethality. So let's just take this guy somewhere safe. I'm always reticent to leave knocked out people on the ground, because there's some things out there that are worse than me, let me tell you. So we'll just put this guy down right here. This will probably be fine. Not that something this tall would stop rats in real life, but it'll work okay here in the video game. So apparently I'm pretty wanted. Burglary, smuggling, injurious assault, other high crimes. Yeah, that all sounds right. I'm certainly not falsely accused. Facility management at Addermeyer Institute have initiated a voluntary recall on Addermeyer solution due to potential adverse side effects. Interesting. Addermeyer solution is used to counteract the venom of blood flies, I think. There was a pretty wicked blood fly infestation in the second game. Well, I certainly... Let me tell you, over the course of that game, I certainly took an awful lot of Addermeyer solution. I hope those negative side effects they're talking about aren't too harsh. I was hoping I could cut the cable and turn off the floodlight. Okay, yep, I have a quick access wheel. We've already explored it. Hey guys, what's up? Where did you just go? Oh, they skittered under here. Why aren't you helpful?
Why did it soft flesh left in the streets? Why did eyes and tongues, delicious food, leave them in gutters for us to eat?
Boy, what if there's a mechanic where we actually are supposed to be leaving the bodies out for the rats? That would be interesting. I doubt there is. I don't think that this game is very this little side story thing is terribly long and involved. But that would be an interesting mechanic. An interesting, horrific, gruesome mechanic. Okay, we are pretty high off the ground. And in a lot of Dishonored, the other Dishonored titles, you know, you've been characters who are touched by the outsiders, so you have magical traversal abilities and stuff. Here, I'm concerned that I'm gonna just, like, fall off of an awning and break my leg. Alright, let's try to avoid, man. I was gonna go around here to try to avoid those guys, but that light is extremely bright. Maybe we can turn it off. It's pointed right at my my preferred route. No, it doesn't seem to be powered by anything in the environment that we can interact with. See, if I had magic, I could just climb up there. You got a mission clue? Oh. Those guys down there are talking. I am not close enough to have heard that clue. I wish that they wouldn't just, you know, give you information that you didn't actually get. Oh, can't actually get up on that awning. Well, there's two guys separated, so maybe we can...
Worse than nothing.
Maybe we can just stealthily... Where'd the other dude go? He's not looking. I'm gonna kabong this guy. I'm trying to fall on... There we go. That didn't work. Oh, shoot. So I've kind of forgotten how combat works in this game. Which is to say the non-lethal kind.
I'll be wiping off your blood later.
Oh, I know what I can do.
Finish her.
Never mind. I was trying to get... If you parry them with pretty tight timing, you can... you parry right as they hit you. You can knock them off balance and just punch them in the face and knock them out. But you do have to actually hit your parries for that to work. Listen, I was just warming up. That's all. You know, video games are hard. Alright, we're gonna do a good job this time. So that dude's facing away. We're gonna let him get a little bit of distance.
Finish my shift.
And then we're gonna totally show this guy who's boss. Hey, it worked that time. Ooh. Lieutenant, I've received reports of illegal activity in the old Albarca baths. I suspect the Eyeless gang is involved. This could be our chance to finally strike a blow against those degenerate rat-eaters. I want you to scout the area with your squad and gather as much information as you can before then. But don't take any risks. The Dockyard District will send reinforcements for a raid momentarily. It'll send reinforcements for a raid presently, is what they mean. Alright, I'm going to put this guy in a place where the rats maybe do not have a super easy time getting to him. Because as much as I like them, they're creeping me the hell out. Alright, hopefully his partner will not have noticed that he disappeared. Singing to himself. Doing a pretty okay Tom Waits impression.
Oh, wait. Someone was here a second ago.
Ah, shoot. Alright, let's see if I can get this. There we go. That's what I wanted. There, easy. Unfortunately, I am, like, pretty sure I'm not even wearing a mask or anything. Whatever. What, am I going to get more wanted for assault? I suppose a clever player wouldn't have interacted with them at all. So, I just failed to jump off the... Listen, it's going to take me a little bit to get back into the swing of things here. We go like this, and nope, we failed to jump. Alright, I'm going to go under. How about we just go under? I'll come up from below here. These environments are, Oh, hey. Hey, little guys. What's up?
Sick, madness in their minds, death in their minds. Armies of us in streets and in sewers, all feared us. Bite, 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 bite.
Huh. Apparently the rats remember the rat plague. They liked it when everybody was concerned about
I've heard
them.
a few things about the Eyeless. Some of it strange. None of it good.
Kind of looks like I might not be able to... Alright, I will not be attacked as long as I'm not aggressive. It's a city street. I'm allowed to be here.
You up for a beer, lady?
Ruins the neighborhood, that's what it does. A body don't feel safe anymore.
Yeah. That's whatever it is you're talking about for you. So one of the things that's great about the Dishonored games is that they very often allow you to solve problems in a variety of ways. I mean, there's a whole genre of game, right, that does this thing. Oh, hey. So what, how about we come up this way? Ow. Come on. Jump up there. There we go. This is probably how you're supposed to do this. This is definitely somebody's apartment or something, but I guess we're being told it's neutral territory and I'm allowed to be here? That doesn't seem right. Yeah.
Could be.
Bone charms provide supernatural benefits. These are cool. Corrupt and black bone charms are rarer and more powerful.
Gimmick. But if they really do use magic, then I need to check it out.
Test your mettle in a challenge brawl. Our champions take all comers. Rewards for winners. All artifacts and bone charms must be disclosed. No forfeit until first blood. Last brawler standing wins. Interesting. Alright, let's take a quick look at our inventory. Well, hold on a second. Let's do this. We've been here just a month, and I'm making coin hand over fist. It's a dream come true. Sure, it costs to keep that suppressor running, but it's paid for itself 10 times over. Everyone wants to try to fight the brute. All the new folks coming in because they heard we could do a bit of magic, thinking they're the one who'll break the brute's record. Ha! They pay for it in coin and teeth. Better them than me. I could kiss the one who led us here, and to that magnificent bastard. The suppressor. So there are devices that suppress magic. I guess the people running the fights might have gotten a hold of one, and then they're using it to cheat somehow. I mean, that's what I'd do. Who wants to fight fair? Fight fair, you can lose. Alright, these windows are barred. There's no way to remove the bars. Okay, I guess we're going back out the way we came in. Or, never mind. So many people have a key to their apartment just inside the door of the apartment. Seems to be very common in this setting. Seems kind of strange to me. Alright, just leave it all like you found it. Nobody will know the difference.
I'm gonna trade in some wages for a bottle of whiskey. Maybe try my luck at dice.
You'll need bone charms or potions or something if you plan on fighting tonight.
I'm the first one to admit when I'm scared.
Okay.
And there, I said it. I'm scared. Something's up.
Buddy, who are you talking to? Also, these guys don't look that eyeless. Well, we have this bone charm. Maybe we can just trade it in for
The blood flies are
for entry to the fight.
And what's next? It's enough to make a man crazy.
And then I guess we'll fight a dude who's magic and has never been defeated before. And I really can't imagine anything bad coming out of that. I gotta say, I do not love all this walking around on the ground stuff. This is not how I usually roll in Dishonored.
You're early. Not much to see right now.
Seized right up. I told him to let it warm a little first, so he can't say it didn't warm.
Oh. Hi. This guy doesn't even have anything on him. What kind of video game corpse is he?
Don't know what I ate to deserve that.
That's just irresponsible. Match wits and fists with the merciless black magic brute and other champions of the pit. Yeah, alright. Brave the sensation. Is that a rat or a ferret or what is... Okay, we're gonna have to get in there because I'm extremely curious about what that poster says on it. Oh, hey.
It's locked.
Hi.
That area's private, get it? But I can let you in for, say, 100 coin.
Well, I don't think I have 100 coin. And also, I will break in on my own. Thank you very much. Frankly, the insinuation that I can't is very insulting.
Eyes. Daud. They're making him fight. I have to get him out of there.
Oh. Yeah, Daud's the black magic brute. Okay. Sure, that makes sense.
I don't know
Hey, how's
who
it
you
going?
are, but stay downstairs unless you want trouble.
Open your masters will throw you a bone shard.
Do not touch. I don't know how this thing works, but it keeps the brute under control and in the pit. Have your fun, but watch out. When I've got my money's worth, our leaders will want to eyeball him. We were lucky to find such a vicious cur for their studies. You've seen him fight. If he gets out, he'll kill us all. So don't turn off the machine.
This thing must be keeping Daud's power
Well, that was-
suppressed. If I turned it off, nothing could stop him.
Why they let me just walk around and look at all this?
Locked. Whoever runs this place must have the key.
Yeah, what? What are you looking at?
When you get in
Yeah, I'm trying to break the
up
thing.
your
What?
agility right off and swing a hard left jab. Works like a charm.
I don't think that guy knows anything about boxing.
You're fighting the black magic brute? Why don't you roll in sardine paste
Ah,
and
yes.
swim through hagfish waters instead?
Distilled bull rat
It's a
liquor.
less painful death.
Gross.
This bar is my place, not yours. Get out.
I bigger blighters than him when I was a bottle street runner.
This guy is very protective of his tiny portion of this room.
You won't win. The brute cheats the eye with his speed. His moves are a blur. It's unnatural. Trust me, you won't
Yeah, I mean, that
land
sounds
a
like Daud.
blow.
Nobody's that fast.
Nice killing you, my friend.
Alright. We've got to find... nobody's looking. Yoink. We've got to find a way around here. Well, there's lots of stuff up there. There's a whole balcony. Are the stairs up in that room, maybe? Nobody seems to much care what I do while I'm in here, so... That didn't work. Oh, okay, wait a minute.
The dosage wrong, because all their teeth fell out overnight.
Am I allowed to go in there?
At least they don't cry anymore.
Will they get weird? Oh no, there's an open door. Okay, there's a whole room over here I just missed. It's kind of dark in here. Wish I had a flashlight or something.
Like a rotting corpse in a sewer. One small whip.
Ah, there we go. This is the kind of thing I was looking for. I think I can go up there. Oh, I cannot quite jump that high. Is there a thing around here that I can... There we go. It's almost like I've done this before. Okay. So we have a couple of bone charms. What did we get? Drop assassinations, restore health. I mean, we may as well equip it. And win locked sword contests more easily. Those don't happen an awful lot, but sometimes if you swing at a guy and he swings at you at the same time, you can get swords can lock up. So yeah, in my journal I also am missing my eye.
Be on the lookout for some no-gooder with a knife. Boy,
Well, hold on. Let's not go out there just yet. I haven't finished exploring this. I tuned the gamma according to the way the game asks you to tune the gamma, but I might have to turn it up just a little bit. It's very dark. I like the atmospheric qualities of the darkness, but this maybe is a little bit much. Alright. I am confident there is no loot up here. Also, I'm probably not allowed to be up here, so let's just keep it relatively quiet.
These half-penny charlatans don't know squat. Still, it's all I've got now.
And of course, it's a video game, so nobody ever looks up. Although I guess, I don't know, if somebody was walking around...
To make the liquor, if I'm always making the liquor, huh? You ever think about that, Miss Lee?
Somebody was walking around on the roof of a room that I was in, I bet I wouldn't notice either.
I wonder if that's a private club for eyeless members.
That was lunch. Then I'm a filthy bloodful.
I was just going to take the key and leave him, so as to avoid, you know, causing a mess. But he started to turn around right as we were on top of him. Here, you get to sleep up here now. Whatever. Nobody will notice. I'm sure it's fine. Ugh. These people are going to start the plague up all over again. I think we mostly got it under control. This is kind of an awkward system because you can totally just misclick. And if you miss the coin by a little bit and tap F, it closes the drawer, and you have to play the drawer opening animation again. Some health elixir, some fresh fruit, which of course is of no value to us. Huh. 1 grown bull rat, 9 red potatoes, 3 drops wormwood oil. Drain rat's blood into a large cooking pot. Man, boil with potatoes on red hot stove. I bet that smells horrible. Strain the brew into copper vats with the rat corpse. Wear a mask or you'll puke. Yeah, I bet. Honestly, I bet the mask doesn't even help that much. Alright, what is this now? Familiar scent. Yeah, okay. That sounds very good. Wolfhounds are a frustrating enemy. Alright, well, we can almost afford to have that door unlocked, but I think we're up behind it now as it is. And none of this stuff is valuable. Well, she doesn't seem to have noticed us. Oh, wait, am I... Oh. I guess I could have just crawled in here, probably. Well, you know, multiple paths and all that. Alright, let's see where we can go on the other side of this level. Man. People down there keep shouting to each other as soon as I walk out of a room or something. It's making me real nervous. Hey, that's a painting of the Outsider. In both the first and second game,
just try and stop me.
You can steal paintings, and they're pretty valuable. It looks like it maybe is not easy to get that one, though. I can't just reach over it and grab it. This might be powering something important. Can't seem to turn it off, though. It's blocked. Oh, I think it's latched on the inside. Well, that's inconvenient.
We're playing dice tonight. You win?
I probably should have looked through this before opening it. Oh.
Huh?
This door is not supposed to be open, probably. Listen, stealth is very hard. She might have to get zapped.
Nothing. Whatever then.
Alright, obviously I'd prefer to save our zappy ammo if I can. And this looks comfortable. Oops. That is definitely the throw command.
Mark my words. One of us from the Old Coven will control these buffoons. Sooner or later.
Alright, you know what? That's fine. Ooh, I accidentally stood up for a second there and almost got seen. I should probably be careful with these electro bolts, given how much water is spraying off of everything around here. Jeanette, remember those old wall of light parts we found near the dockyards? Well, I found a way to make use of them. Turns out there's a part in them that powers the whole thing. So I took it out of all the rusty coils, and now we got these little things to stun folks if they get out of hand. I call them electrical burst. You're welcome. I've already seen folks sling them at rats to keep them out of the storerooms, but it makes them tense up and ruins the meat. Can't even make liquor from them when they're like that. Better to use them on larger vermin, you get me? One last thing, do not touch the tip. And by the outsider, do not lick it. I wish I didn't have to make that clear, but Lacey did on a bet, and it took hours to wake her up, and now she's got no eyebrows. Not from the electricity, just because someone shaved them off when she was out cold. But we told her it was the electricity. I was gonna say, I don't think being shocked would do that. Alright, I don't even know what we're looking for here. Your last letter tore my heart out, with you begging me to quit the Eyeless gang and come home. Whatever gruesome tales you heard, the Eyeless aren't bloodthirsty brutes like Hatters or Howlers. They know things. Secret things. They're teaching me how to make medicines and brew potions, and even carve my own bone charms for the occult boxing fights. If I keep winning matches, I'll catch Jeanette Lee's eye. She's the boss here at the Albarca. If I work for her, the coin will come rolling in, more than I ever made toiling on the docks. Sad news about Graham's fever. I can't spare any coin, but here's some dried raven beak for a poultice. Boil it down with yarrow root in a copper pot and spread it thick on Graham's chest. She'll be right as Gristle Rain in no time. Yeah, I mean, listen. You don't have to sell me the humanization of these people. Generally speaking, people who are involved in shit like this are involved in shit like this because they didn't have a lot of other choices. And that's why I'm not killing everybody. Stefan, what did I tell you? Glad we stole those blueprints last month. Sure, those parts were hard to find, but these hook mines are already making themselves useful. Snatched up an overseer trying to sneak in here. Wish I could have seen what his face looked like under that mask when the hooks got in him and dragged him up. Would have paid a lot of coin to see that. But someone in this district is telling tales about us to the Abbey of the Everyman. Those witch hunters won't show mercy if they find out what we're doing here. Best find out which of our neighbors has a loose tongue. See if they can still snitch without it. And keep the tongue, we can use that. In the meantime, throw a rock or a rat up at this fool. See if you can make him twitch. I'll get more hook mines made as soon as I can. Yeah, see, I also don't really look up, and that is something that maybe I'm going to have to start doing. Hook mines can be placed or thrown onto any surface. Once triggered, it'll grab an enemy or object within range and drag them toward the mine. Okay, they can be set non-lethal. You can release objects by striking them with your sword, a projectile, or a thrown object. Alright, well these guys don't have anything for us to steal. Ah, I see the point of this. Ooh, wow, that was quite a bit more violent and noisy than I had hoped. He's fine, right? He's probably fine. Oh, somebody's in the room. Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, well, that's going to give the game away a little bit. And we're supposed to get rid of that dog. Am I supposed to do anything in particular? Hold on, let's check the contract. Nope, just put him out of his misery and burn his remains. Okay, burn his remains. I will do what I can.
Are you beauties ready for my fighting ring?
Soon. They don't know how to spar yet. Loose the beasts and they savage anything that moves, friend or foe. Found an old beggar to train him on. Boots ripped him to meat gobbets in a wound.
So he seems to be noticing and then unnoticing the stunned hound over and over again. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
We don't need the guards sniffing around here again.
This is pretty weird.
Watch out!
I am out of zappy bolts. But I think we only left the White Hound up, and he's the one we're supposed to dispatch anyway. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I don't feel great about it. Power Slash. That sounds like my favorite kind of slash. Deal greater damage, but your attacks are slower. Absolutely. So that's a cursed one. It's got the upside downside thing. I am absolutely fine with that. So, since these guys are knocked out, let's see if there's anything we can steal from these dogs. Nope. Alright, you're coming with me. There's a furnace somewhere. Ooh, that's probably valuable. Of course, Jeanette keeps all the valuable stuff in her room, her little area. I'm actually not sure.
Mother was showing his posers a thing or two. Pull a body
What's
from a
going
moving
on?
log after a year or so. See what that
I
does to the
may
skin
have
bone.
gotten slightly seen. A little bit seen.
Coming here was a very bad idea.
I hate that.
What do you want? Who are you?
Oh, man.
We're always one. Need some help over here. Who's with me?
I seem to have aggroed everybody. Alright, let's try this. Wait. Okay, I think they're in non-lethal mode right now. Alright, we'll figure this out. So the first thing I have to do is not get caught, obviously.
You had it coming.
One enemy is no problem. The issue comes when they start hitting you in like 4s and 5s, you know? Alright, so we'll just lay him down here. He's not super visible from the doorway here, so that should be good enough. Okay. There you go. That's how you do that. Unfortunately, I left the dog downstairs. But the good news is they don't seem to have been able to unlock this door, so... Hey guys, what's up?
Break your face.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'd love to. Jeanette probably has the only key that unlocks it, right? So... let's hope none of them figure out how to climb up into the roof. Ugh. We can maybe do a better job of this. Or how about a much worse job? I can't believe this is the first mission of the game. Uh-oh. How do I...
Where
is she hiding, damn it?
Oh, here we go. Oh, that dude is right there, huh? Oops. I don't want to do that. Oh, those are very generous. I thought I screwed up by firing that on the inside of the door frame, but... Well.
What? So you're back? I'll find you.
Ah, don't throw stuff at me. What's wrong with you?
I won't let her escape.
Yeah, don't let her escape. Holy crap, that really... I kind of can't believe he's still alive. Alright, physics traps. I love physics traps. I should probably stop getting noticed now, though. I have one bolt and no more traps. Oh! Come on, come on, come on. Oh. No, we definitely got seen.
I'll grind your skull into a very fine powder and drink it with tea. I'll fill my pillow with your hair.
I'm just gonna throw her at them. Oh, that's not working.
I'll paint my nails red with your blood. Let's hear how you do.
Ah, shit. I was trying to climb up over the railing there. Okay, listen. I like to go non-lethal. I want to try to go non-lethal. I appreciate the challenge, and also I feel bad when I stab people. But we might be in a situation here where that's not really feasible. Oh, shoot. I don't know that I needed to do that necessarily, but I really, really wanted him to stop shouting. Alright, you just get to lay down with your buddy. Huh. Okay, so now that we have the key we need, what we need to do is cause some kind of distraction. Kind of like the one that I accidentally caused earlier. To get these guys away from the controls. Oh. Yeah, they saw me.
Forever and die like a rat under a cupboard.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw chloroform bottles around here somewhere, didn't I?
I won't let her escape.
Oh, wow. I just completely whiffed my parry.
Smell the blood. Let's come back here.
What?
How do you want
What?
to die?
Oh, wow. You just went right through her, huh? How am I the monster in this situation?
I want you to bleed.
Okay. Sword fighting is, you know, it's tricky. Listen, I don't have any formal training. I don't think these people do either, probably, but they're numerous. So, advantage them, basically, is my point. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to resolve things the old-fashioned way. You come with me. So, Megan Foster was an assassin. Maybe we just, you know, just embrace it. So I'm pretty sure I saw some chloroform bottles, didn't I? I think there were a couple in that room on the other side of the floor, but I think I also saw one or two around here somewhere. Oh, man. Clarice, here's what you asked for. Weren't too hard to find. But you know they're not real pearls, right? 6 years at sea should have taught you that. Hagfish spit them up when they ate something bad. A rat falls in their mouth, and 2 weeks later a bunch of these come out, waxy and full of little bones. Or they swallowed up the silver teeth out of a dead man's head, and it's made them too heavy to swim right. Either way, it means they shove these things out one end or another. Probably why they smell awful. When they dry out, they turn stiff, and I've seen street kids pitch them at folks with slings. But dock workers say they're unlucky. Cut open a hagfish belly and a bunch of these pour out, you better take care. Your gran used to collect them, had a string of them around her wrist, and when she wanted someone's luck to turn, she'd whisper their name to it and slip it in their pocket. Worked half the time at least. Might help you out someday, who knows. Just don't eat one. Huh, hag pearls. Non-lethal, near-silent projectiles that can be thrown. They deal no damage and they do not break physical objects, but their impact can be used to distract enemies. Interesting. Yeah, so like if you were good at stealth games, you could use those to distract people. Huh. I could have sworn... Well, maybe all of the chloroform was on the other side. The chloroform bottle can definitely be helpful in dealing with a group of aggressive enemies. What are they shouting about?
Coming here was a very bad idea.
I don't think they know where I am. They're just kind of yelling in general. Yeah, here we go. So we're going to find a couple of them. We're just going to drop this right on them.
Any sign of her?
Nothing here.
It would be nice if we could get more than one at once.
You're back.
I don't think... Oh no. Look, got her.
I'll find you.
We probably shouldn't still be here when they get here. But, if we have enough chloroform, it won't really matter. So they're going to come upstairs, right? Surprise! Sleepy. You know, one good thing about the knock everybody out approach is that you do at least get to rob everyone.
Is it you again? Oh!
What have we found here? I'm shoving off as soon as I get enough coin for a ship to Winnodown. My heart soured on this place after the brute killed poor Maudie last month. I'll never forget how the crowd laughed when he gutted her. Pricks. Now, it's time to move on. Lania says she can get me honest work with the Winnodown Guard. I'd rather look a fool in that uniform than stay here and see the black arts mocked. Jeanette said our orders came from a higher power. The eyeless were privy to big secrets, she said. What a laugh. Nary a one of these fools can craft a proper bone charm or rotting ointment. All they do is guzzle rat liquor and puke and brawl like babes. I won't miss any of them. You're my only friend here now that Maudie's gone, so I wanted to say farewell. Come see me in Winnodown if you can. Well, I mean, listen. Good for her, that one that got out. Uh-oh. I'm getting surrounded. Yeah, I closed the door like that's gonna solve the problem. It's not really stealth if you don't personally fight every single person in the place, right? Okay. So I am at 1 dart and 2 traps? 2 traps. It kind of looks like I may have caused that distraction I was talking about here. I think I might be able to just drop down there and get Daud out. No, there's somebody with heavy boots on walking right below us. Maybe those were my boots? I don't know. In any case, I think we're clear. Where's the safest place to drop down? Maybe I could land on the ropes? No, you know what? Why don't I just go back the way I came up? Drop down and land on the ropes. That might be the stupidest thing I've ever tried to even plan to do in a game.
Show yourself.
That's right, I only had one of those. Hey, free bath salts. Not, you know, not bath salts bad, but you know what I mean. Salts for bathing. Ooh, a spring razor. Those are not non-lethal. Let's say that.
So
Let's
you're back?
put that lightly.
I'll find you.
Yeah.
I'm certain she's still around. Gotta be careful.
Oh, I tried to grab her right as she came around the corner, but she's got good reaction speed. She made kind of a lot of noise there. Yeah, she got someone's attention. So they're pretty sharp
Are you going to
on this
hide
difficulty.
forever and die like a rat under a cupboard?
She saw me.
You don't stand a chance anyway.
What am I doing? Leaving people unlooted. What am I thinking here? Robbie, I dropped off the betting coin in the safe and hid your apartment key in the bucket by the door. You're all set. You owe me 2 bottled rats for helping you this time. If you forget the combination again, tally the books over your desk. Maybe they'll uncover your memory. This is bad operational security is what this is. She's still walking around up there, right?
I know you're here somewhere.
Running right to where she last saw me instead of, Okay.
Daud.
Lurk,
Whoa.
I knew you'd seek me out one day. I didn't think it would be like this.
You were hard to find. How did you end up here?
Let's talk somewhere else. The Eyeless have more secrets than you know.
I've got a ship. Or what's left of it. The Dreadful Whale. It's docked below the Akantila repair station. Daud,
Say whatever you want to say, Billy. That you're here now is enough. I need your help.
Like old times?
Those days are gone. This is something bigger. One last job.
I can do it. Who's the mark?
The one responsible for it all. The cults. The black magic. This mark on my hand. We're gonna kill the black-eyed bastard himself.
What? You want to kill the outsider? You want to kill God? I finally find him, and the old man's got me jumping right back into this occult shit. Daud can...
I guess he just... him waking up just knocked out this guy that was over here. Tomas, you don't know what you're getting into with this black magic. It draws you in with harmless things like sailor's charms, but then see what horrors the eyeless make you do when you're too scared to leave. That's what the outsider wants. You didn't know I had a brother, did you? When we were little, there was an old woman who lived by the dockyards. Ma said to run if she ever even looked at us, but we didn't listen. She was ugly as a hagfish, but she'd tell us odd stories, and said her black-eyed friend would visit if we were quiet. Then my brother went missing. We searched all over for him, but we found no trace. That night I went to the old woman, that witch, and she had something awful smelling in a pot she was stirring with all her strength. I asked if she'd seen him, and she laughed, said yes, and showed me. She'd cut my brother up to pieces, nothing but bones and red flesh, and the little scarf he always wore. She'd have ground me up, too, if I hadn't run to the overseers. Get out of this cult while you can, before you're gutting someone's son or daughter to get the outsider's attention.
Explain himself back on the Dreadful Whale.
Also, the fact that the player's going to want to, like, touch stuff and interact with things all the time is really at odds with the amount of dialogue that they put in modern games. I get that, like, now we have better voice actors and stuff, we want to show them off, but you gotta remember, it's a game first. 24th Harvest. These are names of months, Harvest and Nets. Heard from some of the women who came over from the Royal Conservatory that there's a man tied up in one of the old public baths. I laughed, but they said it wasn't like that, and that there's something special about him. I'll round up some of the others and take a look. Third of Nets. They weren't lying. Some unlucky fool is down there. I don't know what that machine is or who put him there, but we found a real one. Void-touched, just like the woman said. 7th of Nets. We moved the operation over to the Albarca Baths. Easier than trying to move him. He's got some real fight in him that you wouldn't know from how old he looks. Need to talk to Jeanette. 12th of nets. Got it all set up now. We called him the Black Magic Brute. Came up with it myself. I'm proud of that one. The outsider gave him magic, I know that much. But the stupid hound can't talk. Or won't. Just mutters. Won't look anyone in the eye until a fight starts. But those fights... We'll be making coin off him for a long time. So, I mean... I don't really understand what is going on here. Why did Daud allow himself to be... Right? There's no way he couldn't have escaped. He's Daud. Something kind of strange is afoot. Also, there's a bone charm nearby, and I should look around closely, I'm being told. But man, I don't have any idea where it is. I feel like I have been fairly thorough. Do I have the ability to... No, I don't have any kind of like fancy... I don't have any abilities at all. Any kind of anything. I'm sure that's about to change now that Daud's back in my life. Alright, well, I wanted to get to the first plot beat here so that we kind of knew what we were doing. Actually, I suppose we may as well come down here and check. I guess if I were the eyeless, I wouldn't have left a bone charm anywhere near him. Whatever. I'm not too concerned about it. So now that we've got the plot... Oh, Jesus.
Good job, boys. Whiskey's on me tonight.
Oh!
Let me demonstrate how I earned my office.
I just wanted to see what was going on. I was very curious. I should have been smarter. Okay, that's okay. They're going to find this very baffling. Nobody can handle this run in a circle strategy.
You aren't going anywhere.
I was trying to slide. You can running slide and just like go under people. Didn't really work out there. I just kind of ran and then stopped running and then crouched. Well, what I was saying before the gunshot is that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you are as intrigued as I am. Come back next time, which is probably not very long from now, to find out exactly what Daud has in mind, because I don't know how we're going to kill a guy who doesn't live in reality. And we'll see you then.